Hi, I'm Jeremy Katz. I'm Catherine Parsons. She's the CEO and founder of Decoded, and she's just come off stage at the Vanity Fair and Intelligence Squared Digital Summit, and she's agreed to answer some questions for us. Thank you very much for taking the time. So I'd love to know, there's a problem in the creative industries with the representation of women. It's in nowhere near appropriate to the population. And you're trying to solve this in the technology industry. So what can we in the creative industries learn from your efforts in technology in order to bring greater gender equity?
Goodness, it seems to be affecting every single industry, doesn't it? I'm particularly passionate about women and technology, obviously. I think around the time I was born, if you, Andrew Chen shared us a chart, the number of women opting into computer science pretty much fell off a cliff, and increasingly so. And we've been quite lucky though. We've taught over 50% women coding out of all the tens of thousands of people that we've taught. And we've looked at, is there a difference actually between men and women understanding computational thinking? And guess what? There's no difference, but there was a huge difference in confidence. And I think if you look at Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In, this is one of the biggest issues facing women at the moment, and it seems to be touching every single industry. So potentially it's about addressing the confidence gap, that women can get to the top, that they can create businesses that are supportive cultures for women, and that they can go for it, basically.
Earlier in the Digital Summit, we heard one of the panelists mention that as parents, we're educating our children for an analog future as opposed to the digital one that they're going to inherit. I know that this has been something that's had some success in the United Kingdom, but it's still a problem in many places in the world, particularly on the west coast of the United States and in emerging markets. How would you feel that we should work toward getting code as part of the curriculum for young people?
It's incredible. In September last year, the UK managed to get coding as a mandatory on the national curriculum. It made it, I believe, the first country in the world to make it a mandatory. That was a big debate. Should we be teaching children in schools about the ones and zeros and the languages and the codes behind the screen? I passionately believe that's a yes, because a piece of research came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago by the Oxford Martin Institute, and it said that 47% of jobs which exist in the US today could be easily replaced by machines in the next 10 years. We don't know what the future jobs are going to look like, and I think what we want to do is provide children with everything that can make them survive and thrive in the world. And I think we live in a modern digital economy, and increasingly so. So, however, it should be offered to every single child in the entire world.
How do you feel that FMCG companies, fast-moving consumer goods companies, how do you feel that they can better attract and speak to their female consumers? Is part of that through supporting and working with organizations designed to bring women into fields that are traditionally either low representation or all the way up to off limits to them?
Absolutely. I think that there's so many different ways to approach this problem, but I think connecting and creating communities that are supportive about women, mentorship, education, digital skills. What can we do to create networks that actually actively give opportunities to women, allow them to share knowledge, mentor each other, and actually the women at the top kind of bringing the other women with them. And I definitely feel that there's a kind of women's movement happening at the moment globally, where that is happening in a way that it simply wasn't happening 3 or 4 years ago.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is Jeremy Katz for Ogilvy.